everyone and welcome. Welcome to piano class. Let us begin. Please join me. Today we are going to be learning about the grand staff. The grand staff is when both clefs, treble clef and bass clef, are joined together with the brace. This is called brace. See? This is a grand staff. Both clefs are joined with the brace. And then this line is called bar line. We have a double bar line at the end, and exactly means the end. Double bar line means the end. So remember, the grand staff is when both of the clefs are joined with the brace. Sometimes we have only treble clef, sometimes we have only bass clef, but right now we have the grand staff, both clefs joined with the brace. Here are our notes from C to G in G clef, middle C, which is already known as being in the middle of the piano, is outside the staff and it has a line crossing the note. That line is called ledger line. So that's your middle C. Next to C comes D, hanging the line, the first line, you see, it's hanging. And then E is on the first line in the middle of the first line. Next to it is F. F is in the space, the first space, F. And then next to F comes G. On the second line is G, in the middle of the second line. Remember, G clef starts around the second line, so the note on the second line is G. C, D, E, F, G, and of course I have my 5-finger position, C, D, E, F, G. Those notes on the piano, on the middle, C position here, C, D, E, F, G. Now, our notes in bass clef start with C. This C is down 8 notes from the middle C. This is your middle C, and then moving to the left side of the piano, this is my low C. This is my C. With my left hand, I will play that with my pinky. C, D, E, F, G. Notice how C is in the second space. D on the third line in the middle. C, D. E in the third space. F on the fourth line, like the clef. Bass clef is also known as F clef. And F clef or bass clef starts on the fourth line, 1, 2, 3, 4. Therefore, the note on the fourth line gets the same name, F clef, and this is F on the fourth line. So C, D, E, F, and of course comes G next, right? G is in the fourth space. Well, those notes, as they are written here, are to be played at the same time together. So C, D, E, F, G. Look at the notes on the piano. And here is my C on both hands. C, D, E, F, G. All right. So, great. Grand staff, 2 clefs joined by, and these are the notes in the C position. So, let us move on. Next. We have here all the notes that there are longer to shorter notes. You see? These are the shortest. Whole note, look at the shape, round shape, like a pizza, like a pie, to say so. A whole note is 4 beats. So anytime that we see a whole note, we are going to hold it 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, out. Do you see in the previous example here, all of these are whole notes, they are round shape, you see, whole notes. Now, next we have half notes. Half note is 2 beats each one. So I have 2 half notes. 2 plus 2 makes 4. So these 2 half notes are equivalent to a whole note. Okay? They're equivalent. It's like you are going to cut whole note and then you'll get 2 half notes. And then make 4 beats, because 2 beats makes 4. So 2 half notes are equivalent to a whole note. If I split a half note, I will get 2 quarter notes. Quarter notes are colored in, see? 2 quarter notes are equivalent to 1 half note. I have another half note split into 2, then I get 2 quarter notes, you see? Now 4 quarter notes make 4 beats, because each quarter note gets 1 beat. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 makes 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can think in money, $1, $2, $3, $4 to say so. 4 quarter notes are equivalent to a whole note as well, right? So a whole note can be split into 4 parts and we get 4 quarter notes. Now, 1 quarter note, I can split it into 2, and then I will get 2 eighth notes, you see? Every eighth note, each one is half a beat, less than 1 beat, half of 1 beat. So just a quarter note, I split it into 2 and I get 2 eighth notes. Of course, each one is half a beat, and the 2 of them together make 1 beat. As you can see, we split it every quarter note, and then we'll get 2 eighth notes, and again I have 1 beat. If I add this plus this, see? Each one half a beat. Quarter note, 2 eighth notes, 1 beat. Quarter note, 2 eighth notes, 1 beat. So in other words, 2 eighth notes are equivalent to 1 quarter note, or 8 eighth notes, 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 eighth notes are equivalent to a whole note. So we can split it into 8 parts and we'll get 8 eighth notes, right? We can say 4 eighth notes are equivalent to 1 half note. Do you see? You see? So if we add all the beats, half plus half makes 1. Half plus half makes 1. Half plus half makes 1, and so on. Half plus half makes 1. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So all of these are 4 beats. How do I count 8 notes? If I count from 1 through 4, if my time signature were 4 beats, I can say 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and I will clap it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and or I can play it 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and now I play with several notes. I can just pick one key. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and so, you know, I remember when I was taking my first piano lessons, one teacher told me, you can say ti 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 ti, and I never forgot that. You can think of any syllable that will help you to remember, but these notes are of equal value, so they're the same value, each half a beat, each one. They sound even. No one is shorter or longer than the other one. So they're the same value. How will it be if I do 4 of these and 1 of that? Well, let's say 4 of these and 2 of those, okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and I will do that with clapping. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and why do I hold this one? Because this is longer, is 1 beat. How do I count a quarter note? Because I am subdividing 1 and I will keep subdividing for these ones. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and you see? I will do that with clapping. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and now I will do this 4 and then these 8 notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I can combine this one and then this one and then this one and then this one and so on. So I clap this and then this in this order. Okay, 2 8s, 1 quarter, 2 8s, 1 quarter, 2 8, 1 quarter, 2 8, 1 quarter, 2 8s. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and you see? Can you clap with me? I will count 4 before we start to this tempo. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and you see this tempo. Okay, let's try that. Clap with me. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and if you lose track of what we're doing, we are doing 2 8 notes and a quarter note, 2 8 notes and a quarter note in that order, 2 8 notes and a quarter note, 2 8 notes and a quarter note. One more time, so you go like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and are you ready? After 4, clap with me and count out loud. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and great. How do you feel? Will you remember when you see these notes written on the music? Remember how to count those 8 notes. Now, what if we had a time signature of only 2 beats? Very simple, the same. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and what if we had 3 beats time signature, then 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and see, in this case we have 3 beats and then 1 more beat. So remember, subdividing when counting 8 notes, it does help. Remember how they sound. So that's tempo. Pam, 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 pam. 1 and 2 and okay. How about my whole notes? Let's do 4 whole notes. Okay, with clapping will be, let me do this for you. 1, 2. Well, we will subdivide as well. Okay. Whoop, once again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 you see? Why did I subdivide? Because I am going to do this. See, when I only have whole notes and I don't have this, then I can just simply say 1, 2, 3. Oh, so excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. All right. How about half notes? We will say 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and but if you are not subdividing, you just count 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. You see? 1, 2, 1, 2. We subdivide when we're doing 8 notes. It helps us, to keep track of the time and the beats. So, okay, great. So here it is. Whole note, 4 beats. Half note, 2 beats each one. Quarter note, 1 beat each one. 8th notes, half beat each one. Let us move on. Next Well, I have here a rhythmic exercise that I like you to practice with me. What is my time signature? 2/4. So I have 2 beats per measure. How many beats are here? I have 4 8 notes. Remember, each 8 note is half a beat. So half plus half makes 1. Half plus half makes 1. So 1, 2, I have 2 beats. And then I have a half note. You remember, half note is 2 beats. Now, we're gonna have half notes, 8 notes, again, a group of 4 8 notes, 2 8 notes and 1/4 note, 1 and 2 and, you see? 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Why am I counting 2? Because my time signature is 2 beats. And 1 and 2 and 2 more, right? Let us do this clapping. Try with me and see how you do. Let's do a tempo that is not too fast. How about this tempo? 1 and 2 and, ready? 1 and 2 and 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 1 and 2 and. Now, double bar line with the dots means repeat sign. In this case, it means repeat from the beginning, but sometimes there will be another repeat sign. If it was a repeat sign here, then when you get here, you will repeat from the repeat sign. But because we don't have any other repeat sign, it is sending us to the beginning. So do this twice again from the beginning, see? Repeat. Let's do that with repetition. So are we ready? I count 2 and we start. Don't forget to repeat, clapping with me. 1 and 2 and 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 1 and 2 and. Oh, great. Wonderful. Okay. Practice this rhythm exercise. It will help you to read these notes in any music. You know, this is the powerful part, that when you learn to count, you can do it. Now I can do this at the piano with music. Let's see. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 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 1 and 2 and. Oh, okay, great. So practice this rhythmic exercise. Now, let us move on to the music. Oh, before we get to that, I'd like you to learn the rests. So the rests are symbols of silence, right? Music is a combination of sound and silence. Well, a whole rest is this one. It looks like a hat upside down. This one is good for 4 beats or is good for a full measure. So you can have a whole rest in a 2 beats time signature. Is good for a full measure, no matter what the time signature is. You can have a whole rest in any time signature. 4 beats, 3 beats, 2 beats, 5 beats, 6 beats, and so on. So remember, a whole rest fulfills one full measure, okay? It's good for a full measure, regardless of the time signature, like I said. Okay, Now, half rest. This is like a hat, right? Put on your hat. Half rest is 2 beats only. Mm? Normally, this is sitting on the third line on the staff. So right here, I just draw it. This is the line, pretending this is the line of the staff. Like that one is hanging from the line, whole rest is hanging. Half rest is sitting on the line. So half rest is 2 beats. So for 2 beats, it will be just silence. Do not play or do not sing if you are singing. Now next, quarter rest. This is my quarter rest. Quarter rest is good for 1 beat only. 1 beat. So 1 beat of silence. Okay? Whole rest, half rest. Look at the picture, the figures. Quarter rest. Eighth rest. Eighth rest is half beat, like an eighth note. You know, actually, the rest are the same value as their notes, with the exception of the whole rest that is good for a full measure. Of course, if you are in a 4 beats time signature, then that will be 4 beats, same as the whole note. But this one is good for any time signature. Now, half rest is 2 beats, like the half note is 2 beats, you see? Let's put it like this. Quarter rest is 1 beat, like a quarter note is 1 beat. So quarter note has its quarter rest, half note has a half rest, whole note has a whole rest. Eighth note has eighth rest. Now, eighth rest is half a beat as an eighth note, like I said. Well, let me move on to next part. And this is the song I like you to practice and learn. Let us read the notes. Do we have the grand staff? Yes, we do. There is a brace, you see? We have the 2 clefs. First of all, we know, what does it mean, the grand staff? It means that we're gonna use our 2 hands at the piano, right? So here is my left hand, here is my right hand. That's the first thing. I know it's a grand staff, I'm gonna use my 2 hands. Then, what's the time signature? Time signature is 2 beats. So we're gonna have 2 beats per measure, see, 2. Every measure only 2 beats, no more than that. No less than that. Now, let's read the notes in treble clef. Second line, that's my G, see? And it's a half note, so I have to hold it 2 beats. 1 and 2 and, you see? I have another half note, a G as well. 1 and 2 and. Now, what are these 4 notes? What kind of notes are they? Quarter notes, eighth notes, whole notes? No, of course they are eighth notes. Eighth notes are 1 and 2 and, as we were counting, subdividing, because each one is half a beat. Half, 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 half makes 2 beats. And we count 1 and 2 and, 1 and 2 and, F, E, D, C, F, E, D, C, 1 and 2 and, F, E, D, C, repeats 1 and 2 and, F, E, D, C. Do you see this phrase is the same as this one is repeating, right? Remember what the slur meant? The slur meant to play legato, connecting the notes when you play. And you have to raise your hand at the end of the phrase and then start the new phrase, right? So let's play that. Pinky plays the G, right? G, F, E, D, C. G, F, E, D, C. Counting with me after 2, we play. Hand ready on the C position. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Now let's say the names of the notes and let's do it one more time. We can say it with the names of the notes or sing it if it's possible. 1 and 2 and G, F, E, D, C, G, F, E, D, C. Good. Now, next part we have, what are the names? E, F, G. E, F, G. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and so E, F, G, F, E, D, G, E, C. Look at this interesting combination of legato with staccato. You see that dot on top of the note. All of these notes are legato, but the last one is not. That will be staccato. So it'll go like E, F, G. You see, I have to play staccato on the G. E, F, G, and all of this is staccato. E, D, G, E, C. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and E, F, G, F, E, D, G, E, C. Well, okay, let's play from the beginning. Try to read all the way up to here, okay? If you get lost, try to catch up. Okay, here we go. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and F, E, D, C. 1 and 2 and F, E, D, C. E, F, G staccato, F staccato, E staccato, D staccato, G staccato, E staccato, C staccato. One more time, we are going to concentrate saying the notes, the names, okay? And doing our staccatos and legatos and raising your hand at the end of the phrase. Here we go. Say the names of the notes. Try singing. 1 and 2 and G, F, E, D, C, G, F, E, D, C, E, F, G, F, E, D, G, E, C. It repeats. G, F, E, D, C, G, F, E, D, C, E, F, G, F, E, D, G. Stop there. This is called first ending. Look at that number 1. That's first ending. So when you play the first time and come all the way up here, it says repeat from the beginning. You play again. The second time that you're coming playing, you're gonna skip that number 1 ending and go to your second ending, which in this case, that's the end of the melody. So since we played the second time and we did D, G, we skip number 1 and got number 2 ending. C, out. Okay, so these are called first ending and second ending. And like I said, first ending, you will play the first time. And when you repeat the second time, don't play the first ending. You go to the second ending because you already played ending number 1. So, okay, let's take a look to the notes in bass clef. We have harmonic interval right here. The first one is C. C is on the second space, right? In the second space. And then G is on the fourth space. We have C, G. You see, again we have C, G over here. This is my half rest, and then these notes are the same as the one on the top, but on the lower octave. E, F, G, F, E, D, G, E, C. How they sound the same as the top, but just on the lower notes. E, F, G, F, E, D, G, E, C. Now both hands there play the same. E, F, G, F, E, D, G, E, C. Let me play the melody for you. From the beginning, I'll play a little faster. next time, practice separate hands first. I think a good exercise is practicing separate hands. Don't forget all the staccatos, legatos, count out loud. And I wish you a wonderful practice this week. And until then, see you. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.